Hey guys, my name is Metiri, and today I'm going to be going over how to make intros to a dubstep song. On our last video we made a drum loop, which is going to be pretty much the same throughout the entire song, but that's okay. So first thing we're going to want to do is drag this out of our loop so it doesn't really get in the way. And I'm going to first right click down here and insert a MIDI track, and I'm just going to extend that. And here we are with the MIDI track. I'm going to click on the record or arm track button over here, and let's look around and see if we see any good instruments in Ableton. I forgot to mention this in the last video, but this is going to be only using stock Ableton, so everyone will be able to do this. I'm going to look around and see if I see any nice sounds. So just drag something in, maybe create a little melody real quick. And this is the same thing as I'm doing the drums, but I'm just gonna quickly do this. So you don't have to copy this. I'm just using it to see what the sound sounds like. Ow. So I'm just looking at the operator sounds. Let me look at the leads. How about a pad? Okay, I like these ones, so I'm gonna delete my my operator, and I'm just gonna remember the one that I like. I like this breathing life and this snow pad. So what I'm gonna do is go up here, and under the instruments folder, I'm gonna drag out an instrument rack. And now I'm going to drag in a snow pad in here, and I'm going to click on this chain list button right here, and I'm going to drag in the breathing life. So let's hear how this sounds with these two combined. And maybe I'll add a lead. Let me see. Maybe if I lower this a lot, it would sound better. Nah, it sounds like crap, so I'm going to delete that one. I'm just going to right click it and click delete on that chain. So now we have this sound, and it's a paddy sound, so what I'm going to do is delete everything. I'm going to try to find a pattern that goes nice, that I think I can make a whole track around. Let's do something like kind of scary sounding, I guess you could say. And I'm liking that. So what I usually do if I have a pad sound is I would select all of them, and I'll look to see where this one is that I'm going to select, and it's at C2, so I'm going to hold Control and drag it up to C3, so I have like a octave chord, I guess it's called. They're called octaves on guitar, that's all I know. And so let's hear how this sounds. And let me go down to C1 as well. Okay, so that sounds nice. But with this snow pad, you could see the attack is really long, so I'm just going to click on my chain for a snow pad under the instrument rack, and I'm going to drag the release so it's shorter. Or I mean the attack. And I'm going to make the release a little longer. Not that long though. Maybe 2 seconds. And I'm going to click on my chain link for the other pad or the other sound that I have, and I'm going to make the release longer as well. Okay, so that sounds nice. I'm going to go back and I'm going to copy these over, but I'm going to make this time this one go up rather than down. So it sounds like okay, that sounds like really heavy, and I'm really liking that right now. And so I have this nice loop, and I'm going to go right here to the track, and I'm going to rename it by pressing Control R with the title selected. I'm going to rename this to Pad or Pads, so I know what it sounds like or what the sound is if I'm editing. Now I'm going to just drag out the loop by clicking on the side. I'm going to make it go 4 times. And I'm going to drag out my drum loop as well, so it's 4 times. Or 3 times altogether. And I'm going to turn off my loop right now and see how the drums sound with the pads. Okay, so the drums are pretty low, so I'm going to lower the volume on my pads. Just clicking on here on my volume, and I'm going to go -5. Oh, -5, not -55. And I'm going to click up here. -8 maybe. -12. -10. Okay, so one thing is that this intro is pretty long, so I'm shortening it up a little bit. So now it's 3 instead of 4 for this this pad sound, and it's 2 for the drums. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select on the drum kit, I'm going to select 4 bars, and I'm just going to click and drag it out and drag it back in. So now it's separate from the loop. And one thing I'm going to do is when this MIDI track comes up, I'm going to delete the snares, and I'm going to delete all but one kick, and I'm going to take that kick and just copy it so it has 4 for one bar. This is going to be the build up, and I'll just keep copying this over. So let's hear how this sounds. Just click on the MIDI track and press play. Da, 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 da. I want it to go faster, so I'll select all these ones past the 7, zoom in a little bit until it's halves, and make them shorter. And then I know the 8s are going to do the same thing, so I'll just drag in so it's another half, and I'm going to make these halves. And one thing I know for a fact is that I want it to stop on the 3rd, so I'll delete everything except for the first third, the first beat on the 8.3. I'll just drag that out. So here's how it would sound. And I'm going to delete these hi-hats right after the last kick. let me zoom in here real quick. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink these down so they stop when the drums stop. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So we have our pads, and one thing I want to do, this is going to be the last thing I do, is I'm going to look through the sounds real quick, and I'll come back, and we're going to make an arpeggiated lead sound that's just kind of up there, and giving it kind of the feeling that I'm looking for. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back, and I found these two sounds that I really like. I added a third MIDI track, and I added the instrument rack, and I put in the operator, synth leads, Foursquare, and Glitchtastic, and that's just the same way that we did the pads, so you should know how to do that. And one thing I did is I made the pans, which is going from the left ear to the right ear. I made the pan for one of them 25 to the right, and then I made one 25 to the left just by clicking on here and dragging it. So it kind of widens the sound. And I'm going to first click on my pads MIDI track, hold Control, and drag it down to this track. And I'm going to shrink this loop down so it just starts on the last part. So and one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the volume down to -15. Excuse me. Okay. So that's nice. So I just double click on the instrument rack on the title, and that shrinks it down. And one thing I'm going to do is go into my MIDI effects under the live devices and add the arpeggiator. Just drag that on, and I'm going to change the style to random once, and that means it's going to generate a random whatever, and then it's just going to repeat it. It's weird to explain, but whatever. Okay, so one thing is this seems pretty low, so I'm going to take this C1 area and I'm going to drag it up to C4. And that sounds pretty cool. Let me I'm going to turn the gate down maybe. Turn it up to 40. Let's see how that sounds. Maybe try 80. I really like that. So what the gate is, it kind of shrinks the notes or lengthens the notes. That's the easiest way that I can explain it. So I'll do that, and I'm going to see what the groove 16 sounds like. Maybe swing 8. $32. I'll just keep that as straight. Okay, so we have that nice cool ARP sound, and the last thing I'm going to do for this sound is I'm going to put an auto pan on it, and that's going to make it so that it goes from one ear to the other. And I'm going to turn the amount up to 75. I'm going to sync this by clicking on this note right under the Hertz button. Excuse me. And I'm going to bring this up to 1/3 and see how this sounds. Okay, so we have this whole song so far, and I'll play it to show you guys what I have. You guys hopefully have something different. I hope you guys aren't doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. I hope you're kind of just using the ideas that I'm telling you and making your own stuff. So here's what I have. Okay guys, I hope you guys liked this video, and hopefully you'll stay with me throughout this entire little series. And if you want something specific, just comment down, and I'll be telling you guys how to do it. But this entire thing, again, is going to be just stock Ableton. And if you guys like this, like the video, subscribe. I'll be making a ton of videos. And that's it. And next time we'll be going over making the wobbles, and that's pretty much going to be our video. So thanks for watching, and until next time, goodbye.